Hi everyone, my name's Amanda and welcome to Rainy Books with Amanda. Today I will be doing a review on this beautiful book called World of Wonders by Amy, probably gonna butcher this name, Nezuko Matatel. I'm sorry. So first I'm gonna talk about our author, Amy. Amy is an author of 4 collections of poems, including most recently Oceanic, which is the winner of the Mississippi Institute of Arts and Letters Award. Other awards for her writing include fellowships and grants from the Guggenheim Foundation, the National Endowment for the Arts, the Pushcart Prizes, Mississippi Arts Council, and MacDowell. Her writing has been anthologized twice in the Best American Poetry Series and appears in Poetry, the New York Times Magazine, ESPN, and Tin House. She serves as poetry faculty for the writing workshops in Greece and is professor of English and creative writing in the University of Mississippi's MFA program. And so first off, I saw this book at Barnes & Noble's. It won the Book of the Year award for 2020, I believe it was. And it's no wonder that this book won. First off, the cover really pulled me in. It's just like this beautiful cover. I'll try to just look at all that beautiful illustrations. And there are illustrations throughout the book as well. So that's why I first picked this book. And so after that, I read the back as I do. And so I'll read the back to you so you can get a little more idea of what the book is about. So Mimi Nezuko, I'm so sorry, again, has called many places home. The grounds of a Kansas mental institution where her Filipina mother was a doctor, the open skies and tall mountains of Arizona where she hiked with her Indian father, and the chillier climate of Western New York where she built a family of her own. But no matter where she was transplanted, no matter how awkward the fit or forbidding the landscape, she was able to turn to our world's fierce and funny creatures, the peacock and the axolotl, the narwhal and the red-spotted newt, the lovely and the unlovely alike, for guidance. In World of Wonders, Nezuko shares these lessons in gorgeously illustrated essays full of sustenance and joy, for it is this way with wonder. It requires that we are curious enough to look past the distractions in order to fully appreciate the world's gifts. So it is no wonder that this book won Book of the Year award. It's beautiful, first off. And then it's just an interesting and different way of writing an autobiography. Our author, instead of writing her whole life story, she gives us little bits and pieces of her story, of how she grew up and the things that she experienced and just life itself and everything that she went through in these short little essays and poems. And so to pair with her essays, she talks about creatures and plants that she liked growing up, because she was really into just nature all around, and the little insects, the bugs, the animals, the plants, the trees. Like, she knew all this stuff growing up, and so she's really connected to the world and nature in this way. So she puts, like for instance, there is a tree that and one of the places that she grew up, she remembers this tree being there in this place, and so one of the essays connects one of her life experiences was this tree. And then another one that really stood out to me was the peacock story. She writes about how the peacock is part of her Indian heritage, and how she was so excited when she moved to one place and she wanted to, she had an assignment in elementary school on drawing this one of her favorite animals, but she had to choose an animal that came from America, and I didn't even realize peacocks weren't even from here, and so the teacher called her out on that and how it made her feel. But this is to say that she relates these plants, animals, and insects to her life and how they helped her grow or what they make her think about during that time of her life, and just pulling memories from these different aspects. And so it's pretty cool. Like, I've never read an autobiography this way. It's just a different way to write about your life and the different things that you learned along the way. So it's interesting in that way, and it also educates you. There is stuff that I didn't know about. She writes about this one flower, this giant flower that gives off this wretched smell, but everyone, like a lot of people, go to see this flower, and that was, I didn't know anything about this. And so it's just, it educates you as well on the world, as well as seeing this perspective of life. So you get like double insight into life and the world. And so it's just really interesting, and makes the reader really think about the world outside our homes. Like, do we really know the trees that are in our backyard and front yard? Do we know the animals that live there, the insects that live there? And so I know it's motivated me to want to kind of look into that a little more. And then the author, she just writes so lovingly and caringly. Like, she recognizes that each aspect of her life makes her feel differently. And so, like, when she's talking about the times where people would make fun of her and stuff, she doesn't write it in anger or hurt, but she does lay it out there, like how it made her feel, but it doesn't change the tone. Like, it's like as if she's writing it as if she was angry at the time, but she's accepted it, and she's grown, and she's learned from it, and she's come out stronger in the end. And so, like, when she writes about like just the racism that's happened to her and just the more hurtful stuff that has happened, it's not in an angry tone. It's in, like, she's dealt with it in her own private way, and now she's writing about it, but it's not taken over her writing. And so I thought that was interesting too, because usually when we feel hurt, we write in a hurtful tone, and we're angry, and that's one way to write it, and this is just a different way. And so it just kind of surprised me, just the way she wrote some of her instances that she came across. And so that was just a different way, I think, of just looking at things, and like how she didn't let those moments define her. She's gone above and beyond that. And so, yeah, I just really, I think it's a great read. It's really short. The chapters or essays are short. It's 165 pages, so it's not super long. And this book has pictures, so it has a little bit of everything for everyone. I think it's just a great insight into our world and just being more aware of everything around us. And it's just a really interesting life story as well. So I highly do recommend this. I do give it a 5 out of 5. And so if you go to your local Barnes & Noble, or I don't know if it's outside of Barnes & Noble, but pick it up at your local bookstore. And yeah, really recommend this one to put on your bookshelf. It's also a really beautiful one to just display on your coffee tables as well. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. And until next time, happy reading.